from Salt Lake City, Utah. Just got off the mountain in over at Snowbird, so just had a full day of snowboarding, and thought I would do a live chat with you guys before I headed home. We've got the snow falling at the moment, so it's yeah, it's pretty wintry here in Utah, and yeah, had an awesome day up at Snowbird. A little bit stormy, but yeah, I just wanted to come on, talk to you guys, see what everyone's up to. I hope you guys are having like a good season. Hope everyone's doing well. We're getting a few people popping into the chat. We got Bad Riders in the chat. What's up, man? We got Insane 3 Art. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I think that Insane 3 Art just got back from Japan not too long ago, and maybe hit a big storm at Mammoth. So yeah, Jake, maybe you can tell us about that, man. How was that trip, or those trips? Bad Riders wants to know, is the next SPC beanie gonna be brown? Why? Why brown? Let me actually just try to play with this light. How does that look? That might look a little bit better. Is that your request? Do you want a brown beanie? We got a few other people in the chat, maybe some scammers, but yeah, let's see what's going on. But yeah, I'll be on here talking to you guys. Let me know how your guys' snowboard season's going. If you guys have any snowboard questions, hit me up. A few just topics I wanted to talk about off the bat. One is that next week I'm going to be going to Killington, Vermont for the very first time. So excited about doing an East Coast trip in Vermont. If anybody rides in Killington or in the area, yeah, maybe we can meet up on the mountain in Killington. But yeah, first ever East Coast trip. Excited to do that. I'm leaving Salt Lake on Monday, and then I think I drive up to Killington on the Thursday. So East Coast trip in the works. Excited to, yeah, go to the East Coast, check it out. It's been, I grew up snowboarding like on the East Coast of Canada. I know it's like very different in Vermont, but in Canada, like around where I grew up near Toronto, there's like some small hills. We would go to some of the bigger hills like in Quebec. They have some bigger ones up there, but I know that Vermont has got some decent stuff. So excited to go out there, check it out for the first time. What else? Also been riding a couple new boards this last month. So I've been riding the Burton Custom and also the LidTech Orca. Two like totally different boards, both really fun though. The Orca, if you guys saw the video, super fun in powder, floats super well, great through turns, very quick turning for such like a wide and floaty board, so I love that. And then the Burton Custom definitely has that more traditional feel to it, that traditional camber feel. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's fun because you feel like the aggressiveness out of the camber, the control. When you go to ollie, you really feel like the snap out of the tail. But yeah, with the Burton Custom, it's definitely a little bit more aggressive. So you got to be aware of your edges a little bit more. So really fun getting to know those boards. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, any beginner questions, trick questions, gear, anything at all, definitely hit me up. We got Bad Riders says, oh, he thought my beanie was brown. Maybe in the lighting before it was a little brownish. Insane 3 Hours says, we got pretty unlucky with Japan snowfall. Oh no, man. But we got sick views of Mount Yote every single day and got to do a lot of exploring. Nice. Tokyo and Kyoto were also awesome. Oh, that's good to hear, Jake. Man, sorry you didn't get to get that Japao. But you must have gotten a little bit of soft snow out there. But yeah, it's you're definitely hoping for those big dumps. So, but yeah, glad you got views of Mount Yote. It's pretty spectacular view of the mountain there. Man, I'm glad you got that. And yeah, Tokyo and Kyoto, I'm sure you had like an incredible time. I've never been to Kyoto before, but I know Tokyo is such a unique city, super fun. so different, like a whole different world, whole different culture over there. So hope you had a great time, man. And how was your Mammoth? Did you go to Mammoth? How was that trip? Nicholas, Killington local here. Parks are firing. Conditions should be great next week. Awesome, Nicholas. Yeah, thanks for the update, man. Yeah, can't wait to get out there and check out Killington for the very first time. We got Cool Guy 16 says, how do I get better at going from edge to edge? Edge to edge, I mean, it's all about, I would say like one thing with the edge transfer is taking your time through the turn. So sometimes if you rush the turn, that's when your edge change can be a little bit tricky. But if you slow yourself down, so you're starting out slow, allow your board to go straight down the hill and do the like, you know, from one edge to the next a little bit slower, you'll feel more confident and in control. So try that out. Try being a bit more patient with it and making those edge changes a little bit slower. Yeah, we got Adventurous Blondies in the chat. Insane 3 Art says, currently at Mammoth, amazing storm days yesterday and today. Nice, hoping to get a couple killer top runs in tomorrow morning before heading home. Dang, okay, you're on it, Jake. Awesome, man. Yeah, I hope you get the goods. Yeah, did you say, yeah, more amazing storm days yesterday. Nice, man. Yeah, I think that we're getting some of that storm right now. So it's kind of been snowing all day. So hopefully we get a little bit of that snow here. And we got Julius says, yo, West Coast here. Awesome. Julius Robinson 3. Thanks for hopping in. We got Jong says, hello from Mississauga. Thanks to all the lessons and tips over the years. Awesome, Jong. Yeah, appreciate you checking out the videos. And Saint 3 Art says, looking forward to the Vermont videos. Yeah, same. Can't wait to get out there, experience Vermont. Never been to, I think I've driven through Vermont, but not properly. And yeah, excited to check out those East Coast mountains. Steven says, has the Orca changed at all over the years? To be honest, it feels pretty similar. It's felt pretty similar to when I first rode the Orca. So the difference for me is that when I first got the Orca, I got like a smaller one. I think I got like a 154. So it was pretty small, but like the wide board still floated well and was very nimble. And then I think I went up from there. I got like the next one I got was like a 161 or something. And that one felt like pretty big and beefy, but still really fun. And now I've got the 59. So it's kind of hard to tell really from like getting all these different sizes, but from the feel, to me, it feels like the same. It's felt like very similar. Just like having good float, really quick to turn because of that C2X profile, and the magnet traction giving you lots of grip on steep terrain. And yeah, that's having the smaller tail with like the setback stance and smaller tail, that tail like comes around pretty quick. So it feels like the same board across like the whole time. And yeah, I don't think there's anything that needs to be changed either. It feels awesome. I really like it. Sam Cusco, what are the best goggles under $100 for beginners? So yeah, a sponsor of the channel, Outdoor Master, has a pair of goggles called the Outdoor Master Pros, which are magnetic, and I'm pretty sure they're like well under $100. So there's a link in the description. Check out that link, and to some very inexpensive goggles. And I think you can use one of my promo codes to save some more money too. So across a few of the like review videos of the Outdoor Master goggles, I've got some promo codes that save you like 15, 20, 25%. So yeah, check those out. And yeah, I'm sure you could easily get a magnetic pair of goggles for under $100. Kyle says, thoughts on Zeb Powell? Yeah, I mean, he's a beast. He's so good. The style, it's fun watching him ride because he's such a unique rider. Like you're watching a one-of-a-kind snowboarder who has his own style, seems to always land on his feet whenever, even when he doesn't land on his feet, he kind of like pulls out the landing somehow and quickly like just springs up. So yeah, really just fun, entertaining guy to watch. And the giant board that he rides too is like, it's pretty amazing what he just does on that huge board. So, I mean, so many things about that guy, his style, the way he rides, the giant board, the knuckle huck like tricks, just all over. Incredible, fun guy to watch. Casey says, bought the 2024 After Black, pumped to ride it on Sunday. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, I had that same board. Super fun, like kind of a medium, stiff park board. It's awesome. I hope you like it. Bad Riders. Kev's gone full circle on coming back to some of the more classic boards from his back catalog. Yeah, no, I love those boards. Yeah, the Orco is fun to come back to, and the Burton Custom is a fun one to come back to as well. Yeah, my one concern is the EST system on the Burton, but as long as you get those screws nice and tight and are tightening them, I'm going to tighten those screws like every day I go out just to make sure. But yes, the Burton Custom is feeling good too. And Adam, thank you for moderating the chat. Really appreciate it. Landon, can you give me some tips to turn on steep terrain? I just don't feel like I got a lot of control. So if you feel like you don't have control, usually the one thing that is maybe preventing you is on the toes. A lot of time on steep terrain, you want to like be looking with your whole body down the hill. And sometimes on the steeps, you really got to commit with your whole body, especially on the toe turn. So when you're on your toes, think about having your shoulders facing the top and really having to like look over your shoulder, like when you're riding on your toes. So if you're looking over your shoulder on your toes, that's going to give you like the best balance and stability and control. And then when you go on, and then when you are on your heels, you want to be kind of like in a seated kind of position, your ankles flex, kind of seated, but like balanced as well, so that you are like, you're not like, you want to make sure you're keeping your weight like on top of your board too. So you're not like too bent over out past your toes, or you're not too straight back behind your heels. So having a bent body position on either edge will help you gain that control too. I hope that helps. Day Job Shredder says, hey Kevin, how's the East? So heading out east. So right now I'm in Salt Lake City, but I'm heading out east on Monday, and then going to be in Killington, Vermont the following Thursday. So excited to check it out. And yeah, the stormy here right now in Salt Lake City. So looking forward to this weekend. Insane 3 Art says, swapped boards with a buddy today and got to try out the Nitro Slash 162. Nice. Took a little bit of getting used to coming from my Slush Slasher, but it was pretty fun in the end. Nice, man. Yeah, how is that extra length? Because I know your Slush Slasher was probably much shorter. So yeah, what was the feel on the length difference there? Day Job Shredder, been looking at Chile as a possible big trip. What advice do you have for a first timer? Nice, man. Advice for going to Chile, I would say, I mean, I know that August is the best month to go to Chile, so I would start there with trying to plan it for August. You know, when I went, it was, what made the trip great is that we were a little bit flexible with what resort we were going to. So initially we were thinking like the resorts near Santiago, but we quickly kind of realized that there was like no snow in the north and that the south was getting tons of snow. So we canceled our Airbnb kind of like really last minute and then rebooked something else. So, I mean, flights and stuff, I think flights you can just like commit to and book. I don't know if like you'll save that much money by booking way in advance, but Yeah, it's like if you can be a little bit flexible with where you're exactly going, maybe have like a couple options, and then look at the weather and see where the snow is coming. And then, yeah, I mean, you need to get a rental car. You need to, obviously get Airbnb, but be a little bit flexible whether you want to be like in the north or south. Because, yeah, that's what saved our trip was going south, and the snow was like incredible. Besides that, if you know a little bit of Spanish, that can help. And I mean, be wary. I think like if you don't keep anything in your car, it could potentially get stolen. So be safe with your belongings. Santiago, I think, is like a fairly safe city, but in terms of like the like hotel told us like to make sure that we keep our belongings like safe. And yeah, I mean the resorts are like super cool, super fun. Yeah, I might go back this August, September, Argentina or Chile, because it is like it is a pretty, both are really amazing. But yeah, just food's great. Food was like really good in Chile and Argentina. So yeah, I would start out there. But yeah, August is definitely the best time to go. Martha says, "You are the reason I got into snowboarding. I'm a pro now." Thank you. Awesome, Martha. Martha Anderson, way to go. I'm stoked that I helped you get into snowboarding. That's so cool to hear. Are you really a pro now? Like literally? Give me some more info. Danilo, bro, can you please do a backflip? Okay, that's a goal for the season. Do a backflip. We got Rocky in the chat. Thanks again, Insane 3 Art, for being a moderator too. Thank you guys for helping keeping the chat nice and clean. Stone Wolf, I read a 1998 Burton Float 167. Do you have any old boards you still really love to ride? I don't, but yeah, that's way back. That's like when that's close to when I first started snowboarding, 1998. Wow, that's amazing. Let me just try this light out right here. Does this make it better or worse? What do you guys think? Does the light make it better or worse? Maybe if I sit back here. I'm kind of blown out this way. Let's try this. Light on, you guys tell me, light on or light off? Oh, which light is that? Yeah, maybe the light on is better. There we go. Yeah, let me think. So, I mean, a board that I really loved from back in the day was the Burton Jeremy Jones, like pro model snowboard. That was one of my favorites. It was like a park board. I think it must have came out in like 2006. But yeah, that was a super fun one. Stone Wolf, anyone here from Southern Alberta? Yeah, nobody, I don't know, maybe. What's your home mountain there? Do you go to Fernie or whereabouts do you go? Sam, when are you coming back to Portland Mount Hood? Yeah, I might be back in Mount Hood in like the spring. Definitely one of the best spots for like spring riding. So yeah, looking at probably Mount Hood for the spring. Bad riders. EST has always been an issue. Need some Loctite. Yeah, Loctite can potentially help. Smurple says, "Yo, dude, what's up? I love the videos, and I'm wondering, should I get Nidecker Supermatics or Burton Step-Ons or Clue to get my K2 with my K2 Gateway pop board setup, mostly for carving and cruising around?" I mean, I've made tons of videos about it. Clue has been a sponsor of the channel for the last year and a half, and I mean, you can kind of like look for yourself and see. But from like I've tried all three of these bindings, and the cool thing about the Clues is you get both. So you get the straps, but you also get the step-in function. So it's like a hybrid. So you can only use the step-ins if you want, but you can also like get that tight feeling with the strap. You can use them with any boots. So that's like pretty huge. Yeah, there's a link to the Clues below in the description too. So I definitely go with the Clues. Cheddar says, any tips for total beginners? If you're a total beginner, I would say the most important thing is that you're like having fun. So like learn snowboarding, like at your own pace, but everyone wants to kind of progress differently. So, if there's like say 20 steps to getting through those beginner stages, just go through those stages like at a pace that you enjoy and that you're enjoying learning. So if that means that you learn, somebody might learn how to link their turns within the first day, but if that takes you like 3 days, then that's okay too. It's like just learn at a pace where you feel safe and you're enjoying it. That's the most important. Cheddar CR, it's my first time outdoor snowboarding. Awesome. Yeah, have fun. Where are you headed to? What's the resort you're going to? Cheddar says, my first time indoor snowboarding, I started doing 180 ollies into my descent, so I was hoping to get further tips to progress quickly. Oh wow, if you're already doing like 180 and ollies, yeah, once you get outdoors, I'm sure it's gonna, like your progression is gonna open up a ton. Yo, we got El Stacker in the chat. What's up, El Stacker Adventures? Vertical stream, let's go. I know, times have changed. Back in the day, it used to be all the horizontal stream. Now we're going vertical. Oh, El Stacker says, I've been learning Spanish. Ooh, Espanol. Awesome, man. Yeah, how's life? Have you had many days at Bogus? And if not, what have you been up to, El Stacker? Give us like a little brief update. I feel like I think I know why you're learning Spanish. So that's a awesome thing. That's very cool. But yeah, give us a little life update, El Stacker. Sam says, trying to go to Timberline Lodge, Mount Hood next season. Any advice? Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome place, Mount Hood. So you're going to move there for the season. Yeah, Timberline's awesome. I've heard great things about Mount Hood Meadows as well, which is like around the corner from Timberline. Yeah, government camp is cool. I mean, in terms of advice, yeah, just get out there a little early. If you're gonna be moving there, lock in your accommodation. Maybe get a car that has some good snow tires. I think there's like a bus too that takes you up the mountain too if you don't have a car. But yeah, try to secure your job early and enjoy it. Yeah, I hope you get out there. Hope it all works out. Game Steel says, were you snowboarding? Yeah, I was doing a bit of snowboarding today at Snowbird. It's dumping out now and getting ready for this weekend. So yeah, really excited for the weekend to come. Now says, you in Utah, looks like Bird could be good next week. Yeah, so I'm actually heading out of here on Monday, but there's a good chance I'll be back in Utah at some point too. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I hope that for all the local people, Utah gets tons of snow. Johnny says, your main snowboard setup. So my main board set up right now, so I've got for like POW days, I've got the Libtech Orca, the Clue step-in bindings, and I've got my snowboard boots are Vans High Standard Pros. And then on days that I'm riding the park, instead of the Orca, I'm riding the Burton Custom. Good job, Cher. Says, looks a little better with the light. Okay, I'll keep the light on. Everyone's saying on, on, on. Have not tried the Ride Lasso Pro boots. Day Job Shredder, thinking of Mount Hood in late June. Hope you're there. Would be cool to link up and meet you, bro. Absolutely, Day Job Shredder. Yeah. So I think there's a good chance. Yeah, late June. That's kind of like the end of their. Is it the end or is it? Yeah, that's kind of like in the summer pass months. When does the spring pass end? The spring pass ends the end of May. So yeah, late June is like into the summer pass. So yeah, it could be there in late June. Bad Riders. Kev's live streaming from a Starbucks. He's not drinking a coffee. Hey, how did you know? Can you see the Starbucks back there? Oh, you can. There it is. I'm about to go in and do some work from the Starbucks. Yes. So I have not gone in for a drink yet. Um, GM15, I'm 6'6" and ride a 166 wide. Could I rock 164 wide? Depends. How much do you weigh? It kind of goes more by your weight than your height. So maybe like check the weight scale or a 1.6 wide and see if you fall in like good with that size. Smurple, clues do sound good. Are they good for everything? Thanks for the help. Yeah, I mean the flex on the clue is like there's like a mid flex, so they're like not too stiff or too soft. They're right in the middle. So yeah, I use them for everything, for park, for powder, just that like good in between for everything. Cheddar says, yeah, linking turns for me took 2 to 3 attempts with my instructor. I'm heading to Bulgaria since I'm spontaneously booked it like 3 days ago because I was bored in bed. Nice, man. Yeah, quick trip to Bulgaria to kind of like step up. Once you're on like a real mountain or like just outdoors with like way longer slopes, your progression will like skyrocket. But that's awesome to hear that you're gonna go outdoor snowboarding for the first time. Very cool. Stone Wolf, I'm just getting back into snowboarding after about 15 to 18 years. Your tips have been a huge help. We have Hidden Valley Ski Resort in Elkwater, Alberta, the Cypress Hills. Oh, very cool. Awesome that you're back snowboarding. Yeah, welcome back, Stone Wolf. The Cypress Hills. I wonder if that's if Cypress Hill got their name from that. But that's very cool. Stoked that you got back into it. Smurple says, can't wait to buy the setup next season probably, or when there's a sale. So with the clues, they usually don't go on sale just because they like sell out every year. But yeah, I'm sure you're going to get an awesome setup, man. Max says, you're on an East Coast trip. What mountains? Yeah, so next Thursday, sometimes next weekend, I'm not going to say like I'm driving to Killington next Thursday. And so probably that weekend, I'll be snowboarding at Killington. So stoked to get out there. And Stone Wolf saying, Hidden Valley is very small, but fills the belly with terrific, close to home, super cheap riding. $40 Canadian for a lift ticket. Oh, wow, that's an amazing deal. All right, Stone Wolf, if you are heading through a road trip to the Rockies here in Alberta, please reach out. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I'll check that out. Hidden Valley. There's a chance I might be like around Calgary, sort of March time. So I'll look into that. Aiden says, just tuned in to let you know that your snowboarding videos really helped me in the beginning of my snowboarding journey. Now I'm teaching all my friends how to snowboard. I appreciate you. Awesome, Aiden. Yeah, stoked that it's helped you and then you're passing it along. That's amazing, man. Bad Riders, scoring that free Wi-Fi. Yep, you know it. Winter Moose, where in the East Coast are you riding? So yeah, next weekend we'll be in Killington, Vermont. GM15, I weigh 300 pounds. I have no problems with the 166 wide, but was looking at the ride Shadow Band 164 wide or ride Algorithm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if like those boards say that that's like your weight falls in there, then they should be good. Because yeah, 166 is pretty big. Just like think about it this way, it's like when you go to stop, that length of the board's edge is what's going to like help you to slow down, right? So the smaller the edge gets, the like less edge you have to help you control speed, and kind of give you control. So yeah, it might feel, if the 166 feels fine, then yeah, I would try the 64. And you said you're a tall dude as well, right? So yeah, give the 64 a try. If you feel like if the 66 feels just a little long, yeah, but it's not like giving you, if you don't feel like, yeah, your weight is going too much into that board, then I'm sure the 64 will be fine. Day Job Shutter had a question on the clue bindings. My toe adjuster snapped after 4 years. Will the new 1.0 straps still work on the bindings from 4 years ago? I'm not sure, to be honest, but I would just reach out to them. Like, they have like amazing like warranty department. So yeah, if you need like a strap or something, then they would be the ones to like reach out to. They'll know if it works or not. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. I don't know for sure from the bindings for 4 years ago. But yeah, give them a call. They're like super happy. They're super helpful when you give them a call. Winter Moose says, yo, Killington used to be so close to me. Hope you enjoy, man. It's a good mountain for East Coast. Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to check it out. Max says, oh, sick. Killington is awesome. If you're looking for any other mountains, you got to hit up Jay Peak. It's also in Vermont. All right, we'll keep that in mind. Bad Rider says, hey, Kev, how's the winter been this year? The fires in Cali seem to have taken the forefront of news, but not much news from anywhere else. To be honest, like, the snow here has been a little bit dry. We haven't been getting very much snow. Like, I did take a little bit of time off over the holidays, and they did get some snow then. So I missed that storm kind of over Christmas. But since then, they haven't gotten much. We scored some like good snow, like doing some hikes in the backcountry of Snowbird. But at the moment, it looks like this weekend is going to be super good. It's like dumping snow right now. So a slow start, a little bit slow, but still fun. Still lots of fun riding to be had out there. Vad is Rad says Killington will be good. They're getting dumped on late next week. Oh, perfect. I need to keep an eye on the snow report. Winter Moose, you should check out Blue Mountain, Pennsylvania. It's 45 minutes away from me. Really good parks. Going there tomorrow. Oh, really? I think that's on the Icon Pass as well. I'll have to check that out. Chicken Beans in the chat. What's up? Thanks for hopping in. Great name, Chicken Beans. Adam says, I'll be in Killington Friday to Sunday. Hope to see you there. Yeah, Adam, I think I should be, there around next Friday to Sunday too. So, yeah, if you see me or, give me a holler. Chicken Bean says, how tall are you, Kevin? I'm 6'3". JJ, just got back from Mont Tremblant in Quebec. Conditions were excellent. Awesome. And demoed step-ins on a feel good. And went fab. Awesome, JJ. Great to hear. Luke says, just came back from Kili today. It was absolutely firing. Awesome. Stone Wolf, have you thought of or had collabs with followers or other YouTubers? I fly FPV and would love to consider the idea of doing something with other riders / YouTubers. Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, Stonewolf, if you shoot me an email, kevin@snowboardprocamp.com. If we're in the same area, then if you have an FPV drone, that'd be super sick to like do some filming or go ride. I have I've filmed with a lot of different YouTubers and creators over the years. In Argentina, linked up with Shane from Search of Snowboarding. And so we had like an awesome time in Argentina, like just riding, filming together, collaborating. So always up for it. I guess the tricky part is like being in the same place, but yeah, if you happen to be, if I'm in Alberta, or if you're someplace, and yeah, it's always fun to meet up and collab. Winter Moose says working on frontside 360s on the park jumps, but can only get around 270. Got any tips for that? I would say, like, first, like, do you have 360s like outside of the park jump? That's like a good place to start, is just like doing them off of like natural kind of like side hit features, or like banks on the wall, or like little like lips. I would say, like, yeah, do you have the 360s there first? Yeah, let me know about that. Battered riders, that's kind of crazy about the snow, Kevin. We have had a wild summer here in Australia. Our winter outlook is iffy. Well, I hope it turns around, Adam. Yeah, I want to get back down to Australia, but yeah, hopefully the snow returns. Steven, if you had to choose, where would you pick to live as a home base to snowboard? That's a good question. There's so many good spots. Like, I lived in Whistler for like 18 years. That's an amazing spot. I do really love Tahoe, is pretty special. Like the lake itself, the trees, so many resorts around Lake Tahoe. Um, Here in Utah is pretty special as well. You have like a good variety of mountains, and you still have the city nearby. So, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I haven't quite figured that out. There's other spots up in Canada too, like Revelstoke, like this massive, incredible mountain. You also have like Banff a little bit further to the east with like Lake Louise. So, I mean, it's like tough. To be honest, I don't have a definitive answer, but yeah, there's some good spots around. Uh, Owen, what should I do to hit my first rail? So yeah, if you're hitting your first rail, I would say, I mean, you first want to be really comfortable with the boxes. Maybe have a few tricks on the boxes. But I do have some videos on like rails, and if you can find like obviously like an easy one to start. And whenever I like go to hit like a new feature, new rail for the first time, I always kind of like intentionally plan to like come off. So, if you're comfortable with ollieing, you're comfortable with boxes, and you got a few different tricks on the boxes, and then you're going for like your first rail, I always like intentionally come off, because then once you kind of get up on top and then come off, you get that feeling of like getting up and over on top. And then from there, I did then progress to like trying to stay on longer. So that's like a kind of good safe way to kind of attempt a rail first, is to kind of hop up on and intentionally come off. What's your best tip to keep your feet warm on the hill? I mean, there's kind of like two things. One would be to make sure you have some like thick socks. So like some like snowboard socks that are on the thicker side, because even like ski specific socks or snowboard specific socks, they kind of come in different thicknesses. So like right now I have two pairs. One pair that Outdoor Master gave me, that's like a thick like smart wool, like merino wool style sock, which is like really warm. And then I have like a stance sock that's a bit more thin. So having like thick socks help. The other thing would be like not doing your boots up too tight when it's like very cold. Yeah, that could be something that maybe contributes to having cold feet, is if your boots are too tight. So yeah, try those out. Like, first try having warmer socks. If that doesn't work, maybe don't have your boots up super tight. Chicken beans. When are you, Andreas, TJ, and David getting back together? Yeah, haven't ridden with those guys in a while. Yeah, it would be great to ride with all those dudes. Yeah, hopefully we'll see them at some point. Yeah, maybe I'll hit up Andreas if I do go back up to Canada. It would be awesome to ride with them for sure. And TJ and David as well. I think those guys are in Japan right now. I'm kind of got some FOMO over their Japan trip, but yeah, I would love to collab with all those guys. Stonewolf, I'm very new to your channel and have only seen your newer vids so far. Freaking A, bud. Shred some gnar pow. Yeah, man, thanks for being a new subscriber. And yeah, check out if you want to see one of my favorite like kind of series I've done was this past like September in Argentina. Some of those have been my favorite videos to make. But yeah, it's going on like I think 13 years. 13 years of Snowboard Pro Camp, so it's been a while. Stonewolf, I'm very new to your channel and have only seen you. Oh, sorry, I just read this comment. Somebody's getting banned. Thanks, Bad Riders, for being an awesome moderator. Medium of Media says, yo, let's go. Hope you're doing well and shredding all you can, man. Yeah, thank you. That's the goal. Winter Moose says, I have landed 360s on side hits, but usually the side hits are hip jumps, so it helps me to get the full rotation around. Yeah, so, I mean, it could be a few things. Like, when I'm doing 360s, I'm like focused on like three things. So first is having like a very kind of like the approach. So for whatever, so if you're going for backside, it's like a heel turn to a toe, or like heel carve to a toe carve, so that you're arriving at the lip of the jump on your toe edge, and that'll give you like the platform to pop from. And then that's the second part is popping. So when you're at the lip on your edge, you pop straight up, and that like popping straight up is what will give you time in the air to get the 360 around. And then sort of the third thing is your wind up. So for, you know, backside 180 360s, you're kind of like facing towards the lip. And so then as you come off, you're popping and then rotating back to create the 360. And then for front side, you're kind of winding, pulling back so that you can rotate forward. So it's usually, if you're not getting the 360 around fully, it's either you're not popping enough, so you're not giving yourself enough time in the air to actually do the rotation, or you haven't planned the rotation enough with your upper body. So think of it, maybe it's like one of those two things, more pop or more plan for the rotation. Octobank says, I've watched your videos and others. Do you think I should still pay for a snowboard lesson? Mind you, I'm just trying to save cash. Also, never snowboarded, but have skateboarded. I mean, if you're a skateboarder, that's like a huge like shortcut to getting into snowboarding. So if like when I first started snowboarding, I just had my some friends help me learn, and I didn't have a background in skateboarding. But that was like kind of like that helped, having like just friends show me some of the basics. But when I learned too, there was no videos, so I didn't have like any clue. So it's kind of like up to you. Like, yeah, I know lessons can be expensive. If it's not like too much money, it can be worth a lesson for sure. But if your money is kind of like iffy, maybe you can go with a friend who can give you some tips, and like you can like learn and use your skateboarding background. Yeah, it's kind of like your call, man. That's a tough one. Day job shutter, Kevin, can I get a trip on practicing off of jumps and knuckles? Had a concussion in December practicing, but I want to get better. Oh, a tip. practicing off of jumps and knuckles. I mean, if you had a concussion, then yeah, you want to get back into it slow. The best way is, yeah, for jumps and knuckles, like for me, it's like I like to do lots of side hits first. So like I would just build up to it again. So build up with, just practicing side hits and like safe side hits that you feel comfortable with, and then take it to the knuckles. And then when you're really comfortable with the knuckle, then you can do the jump. But yeah, I mean, it's all about just the time, being repetitive with it, having like being able to do those speed check turns as you approach. So if you are going to hit the knuckle, coming at it with a few speed checks so that you can set your speed to what you want it to be. Have your board like going straight when you're ready to, like if you want to ollie off the knuckle, so doing the nice ollie. And then yeah, start small, and then as you feel comfortable, then you can start to make it bigger and bigger. Also thinking about your landing too. Think about landing straight and then doing like a half turn on your heels, half turn on your toes. All those things can like help you jump. But I would say the best thing is like, yeah, progression. So starting small, lots of repetition, lots of like side hits, and progressing as you feel like confident and comfortable. Sam, do you recommend the Union Stratas? Yeah, the Stratas are kind of like a good like kind of mid flexing binding. A little bit more towards like the leaning park side if you're into park. But yeah, they're also, you can use those for like POW as well, but they're a little bit on the softer side. But yeah, they're a good binding too. Ravioli, I'm planning to go snowboarding for the first time soon. I was wondering what are some good base layer brands? That's a good question. To be honest, I'm not like that experienced with the base layers. Right now pretty sure my base layers are Burton, and you kind of get what you pay for. So yeah, maybe decide like you can also get base layers that are different like thicknesses too. But yeah, if you are somebody that's like naturally a little bit colder, you can get like thicker base layers, and thinner ones too, and also thinner ones if you're not typically that cold. But the ones I've been riding recently have been Burton, but I honestly don't have experience with a lot of different base layers. Steven, do most resorts allow uphill travel for split boarding and have an active scene that you've noticed in your travels? It's always different. It's always like totally different everywhere you go. Some resorts will have like no backcountry access, and some will have like some backcountry access sometimes, and other places will have like, yeah, consistent and always open backcountry access. So it really depends on the resort. It's always very different. So the best thing to do is like to talk to locals, like try to read up on the scene that you're like looking into, because it is like always very different. There's different risks, different snow type, different like pitches to the slope, different hazards. And yeah, some places have it and some places don't. It's a very individual thing to specific resorts. Bad Riders, is 2024 going to be the return of the SPC World Tour? Antarctica is calling. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Antarctica trip. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, last year, where did I go? In the last 365 days was in India, like last February. That was incredible. Followed up by like some North America. Went over to Argentina and then to Europe for the kind of late fall to back to North America. So yeah, I'm sure there's, to be honest, I haven't planned much out past, I haven't planned past March yet. So we'll see. But yeah, I think there's going to be some worldwide trips coming up for sure. Let me know if you guys have any requests of where you want me to head up next. Yakola says, will you go to Japan this year? I don't think so, just because I feel like it's maybe last minute now, and I've maybe missed the sweet spot of the season. But yeah, Japan looks amazing. It looks like the snow's been incredible this season. Um, but yeah, I don't think I'll make it out there this year. Michael, what's going on from Vancouver? What's up, Michael from Vancouver? Awesome. Plans for Japan this season? So unfortunately not this season, yeah. But yeah, I've been seeing so many great clips from Japan. Cole, how do you feel about flow bindings? I mean, I've always kind of had the same opinion about flow bindings. I don't like that the like having to lift up from the back of the high back to kind of get your foot in. I think you because you have to be on your toe edge to like get your foot in. Um, I think it's just kind of awkward. To me, I feel like either traditional straps or just go with like a step-on system is the way to go. Links to the Clue bindings in the description. Sponsor the channel. Shout out to Clue. Yo, we got Luke Hayes in the chat. What's up, man? I mean, you missed a little bit, but happy to have you in here. Vinny, I just bought the 2024 Capita DOA, and my buddy has the 2025, and his feels way poppier. And I was wondering if there's a big difference in design between his and mine. Oh man. So, I mean, there shouldn't be a difference. I don't think they've changed the board, but that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. I would maybe double check, try it out again, but do like a blind test to see if that's true. But I'd be surprised if there was that much of a difference. Grandma, I can't afford a snowboard, so should I get one off Facebook Marketplace? Definitely. I mean, if you can get a good, decent used board for cheap, then that's like an awesome way to do it. Absolutely. Yeah, just make sure you don't pay too much. You know, a used snowboard, especially if somebody's ridden it for a few years, try to like really get them down, get the price down. For a used board, you know, like you really shouldn't be paying very much money. So yeah, Facebook Marketplace is a good option. Phantom Mirror says, bro, I was snowboarding for the first time yesterday, and the rental that they gave me was too thin, so I had a 3-inch toe hang off. Oh no, sounds like you need a wide board. So next time you go, make sure you get a wide. Smurple, Grandma, just try renting a couple of times to make sure you like it, and then buy one, I would say, but I'm not a pro. I mean, you can kind of do either one. It depends. It's like hard to say. Like, yeah, either you could rent if it's not too expensive to rent, but you know, renting sometimes can be a little bit pricey. And if you can get a used board for cheap, then it's like could be an inexpensive way to get in. But you also need to get boots, the board, the bindings, outerwear, helmet, 100% helmet. And if you're a new snowboarder, things like impact shorts and like wrist protectors are good safety gear too. Jacob says, I'm thinking about getting a board even though I'm a skier. Any recommendations? I'm looking for an all mountain, but more powder oriented. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you're looking for a more powder oriented, yeah, check out something like the Libtech Orca. I've got that. It's super fun. And it's even fun like on the groomers too. Yeah, check that one out, man. Luke Hayes says, what is up? Bad writers. Hope you're all doing well. Can't chat too much, but too much work still. Okay, well, thanks for hopping in, Luke. Yeah, miss you, bro. Do you recommend the Jones flagship snowboard for a beginner? Probably not. No, that one's a bit too much of a hefty board for a beginner. Um, Beginner snowboard, you know, you want to spend about $400 on the softer side. Probably like a twin board is a good idea, and something that's inexpensive. Caleb, on my frontside 360s, I'm always leaning backwards, causing me to just tail butter and fall. Any tips that help me stay level? Yeah, I think you just need to focus on the pop. So if you're leaning back, that means that you're probably leaning back on the takeoff. And if you're leaning back on the takeoff, then you're probably going to be leaning back on the landing. So make sure that off the kicker, you're getting like a nice level pop straight up, and then you'll have like a level landing. So yeah, focus on that takeoff. Dylon Jewel says, what's up, Kevin? I noticed the title says East Coast Trip. I'm a snowboard instructor at Stowe in Vermont. I would love to ride with you, even come through that area. Awesome. Yeah, so I think I'm going to Killington I'll be there next weekend. I think Stowe is like not too far. But yeah, I mean, maybe if you follow me on Instagram, send me like a DM on Instagram, and maybe we can like meet up either at Stowe or Killington. But yeah, man, I'll be there next weekend at Killington. Nate Play says, I did a backflip yesterday. Awesome. Way to go, man. GM15, do you know any snowboard companies that have 3XL jackets and pants? I've been researching for so long and couldn't find anything. Oh, dang, man. I will tell you that I think I had a 2XL. So like different companies definitely have different fits as well. And last year I was riding the Volcom jacket. I think it was the Volcom Longo Gore-Tex jacket, and it fit like big. So that fit was a big one. Compared to say like a company like Air Blaster, where the fit I feel is a little bit smaller. So that may be something to look into as well, is that if you can't find a 3XL, some of the 2XLs definitely fit differently. But yeah, to me, the Volcom Longo jacket fit big. But then even across like one brand is tricky because some models fit smaller than others too. But yeah, the Longo Gore-Tex jacket fit really big. Luke K says, yeah, mate, just working so I can live the dream like Kevin. I nearly went over and seen NGen. Oh, dang, Luke. Nearly did it. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to hearing about what your next snowboard trip is going to be. Bad Rider says, I'd say Falls Creek, Kev, but we both know you are too afraid to come ride Falls with me and Chuck. I mean, you never know. Maybe this will be the year. Maybe 2025 will be the year of Falls Creek. Awesome. All right, guys, I might hop off there. I'm going to go do some editing for the next Snowboard Pro Camp video. Just want to say thank you guys all for tuning in. Thanks everyone who gave this video a like. If I missed your question, just leave a question on any of the videos, because I'm trying to like just get to as many comments on the videos as possible and answer the questions there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hopping on here, for everyone for subscribing. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great season out there. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys either this weekend at Snowbird or next weekend in Killington, Vermont. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next Friday. Awesome. Later, guys.